White's Army, brace yourselves. Alright, you beautiful Yorkshire Warriors, the summer transfer window is absolutely mental right now, and your beloved Leeds United are in the thick of some absolutely massive moves that could define our entire Premier League campaign. I'm talking about 3 earth-shattering stories that have just dropped, and trust me, you're going to want to sit down for this because it's about to get wild. First up, we've got a seasoned defender who's just made a huge decision about his future, and guess what? Leeds are right in the mix. Then, brace yourselves because one of our own stars is getting absolutely slammed by the international media after what happened at the Euros. And it's not pretty, White's Army. And finally, the cherry on top of this crazy cake, Leeds are reportedly chasing a striker who's being compared to none other than Kylian Mbappé himself. This is the kind of transfer madness that makes your heart race and your head spin. So smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure you're subscribed because this summer is going to be absolutely insane for us Whites. The first bombshell involves a defender who could be the missing piece of our Premier League puzzle, and he's just made his choice about staying in England. Are you ready for this? Boom, the name you've all been waiting for, Vladimir Coufal. The West Ham legend has just made his decision and Leeds United are right in the thick of it. Can you believe it, White's Army? This 32-year-old Czech Republic international is available on a free transfer after 5 solid years at the London Stadium, and Daniel Farke has already made his move. Here's where it gets absolutely mental. Coufal has decided he's staying in the Premier League, and we're not the only ones after him. Everton, Fulham and Wolves are all circling like vultures, but Leeds have already made their approach back in May. This is exactly the kind of experienced defender we need to survive in the Premier League. The man's got 180 appearances for West Ham under his belt, 20 assists, and he's been a rock-solid performer in the top flight. At 32, some might say he's past his prime, but think about it. This is a player who knows exactly what it takes to survive in the Premier League. He's got that warrior mentality that we absolutely love at Elland Road. What makes this even more exciting is Coufal's relationship with David Moyes. The Scottish manager got the best out of him at West Ham, and that kind of proven track record in the Premier League is gold. The Czech defender has been consistent, reliable, and brings that no-nonsense approach that could be crucial for our survival campaign. But here's the kicker. Fulham have been tracking him since January, and they've got the advantage of being established in the Premier League. Everton's interest is also serious because of that Moyes connection. We're in a proper transfer battle here, White's Army. The stats speak for themselves. 180 appearances, 0 goals. He's a defender, not a striker. But those 20 assists show he's got the attacking threat from the right back position that modern football demands. His experience across multiple leagues, from Czech football to the Premier League, makes him a perfect mentor for our younger players. But here's the thing that's got me thinking, White's Army. While Coufal brings experience and Premier League know-how, there are whispers that Leeds should be looking at younger options like Nico Elvedi from Borussia Mönchengladbach. The debate is raging. Do we go for the experienced head who can guide us through our first season back, or do we invest in the future? The pressure is on, and this decision could shape our entire defensive strategy. But hold on to your scarves because the next story is going to leave you absolutely fuming. Right, White's Army, if you thought that was intense, wait until you hear what's happening with our boy, Willy Gnonto. This one's got me proper wound up, and I know it's going to have you lot seeing red too. Our Italian stallion is currently representing Italy under-21s at the European Championships, and what should have been a moment of pride for Leeds United has turned into an absolute nightmare. The Italian media have absolutely destroyed him after his performance against Romania, and it's painful to read. Here's what happened. Gnonto started as a central striker, not his natural position by the way, and lasted just 63 minutes before getting hooked for Cesare Casade. The lad didn't register a single shot, didn't create a chance, and completed just 11 passes. 11. Can you imagine that? Sport Vigilio gave him 5.5 out of 10 and called him timid in one-on-one attempts. Tutto Mercato Web labelled him the most disappointing of Italy's attackers and slammed his decision-making. Mondo Primavera said Italy's victory cannot be allowed to mask Gnonto's performance and that more is expected from such a high-profile player. This is absolutely brutal, White's Army. Our boy, who scored 9 goals and grabbed 6 assists in 43 championship appearances, is getting torn apart on the international stage. The worst part? He's playing out of position as a central striker when we all know he's lethal cutting in from the wings under Farke's system. What makes this even more frustrating is that Gnonto was one of our key players in the championship winning campaign. He started 26 games and made 17 substitute appearances, showing his versatility and importance to the squad. When he's playing in his natural position on the left wing, cutting inside with that pace and trickery, he's absolutely unplayable. The Italian media's criticism is particularly harsh because they're comparing him to other high-profile players in the squad. But here's the reality. Gnonto thrives in Farke's possession-based system where he can drift wide, receive the ball in space, and use his pace to terrorize defenders. Playing him as a central striker is like asking a Formula 1 driver to compete in a rally race. The timing couldn't be worse either. With Leeds back in the Premier League, Gnonto needs to be full of confidence and ready to step up to the next level. Instead, he's dealing with this international backlash that could affect his mental state heading into the new season. But here's what's really got me worried. If Gnonto is struggling against under-21 opposition, what's that going to mean when he's facing Premier League defenders week in, week out? The lad's got talent, we all know that, but this performance has raised some serious questions about his readiness for the step up. This could be make or break for his confidence, and with him fighting for a starting spot next season after coming off the bench 17 times in the championship, he needs to bounce back strong. The pressure is mounting, and the Italian media won't forget this performance anytime soon. But wait until you hear about the striker we're chasing. This one's going to blow your minds. Hold the phone, White Army. The third and final bombshell is absolutely massive. Leeds United are reportedly sounding out a deal to sign Willem Goebels from St. Gallen. And get this, the lad's been compared to Kylian Mbappé. Are you having a laugh? This 23-year-old French forward has just smashed 14 goals in 31 appearances in the Swiss Super League and is available for just 8.4 million. That's pocket change in today's market for a player who's got Wolves, Southampton, and Sheffield United all scrambling for his signature. But here's the mental part. Back in 2018, when Goebels was coming through the Lyon Academy football, London compared his style of play to Mbappé and Ousmane Dembélé. They described him as quick, skillful, with huge strides when getting up and down the flank. At 6'1", he's got the physicality to handle the Premier League, and his versatility to play up front or cut in from the left wing makes him perfect for Farke's system. The lad's already proven himself against quality opposition. He scored twice from the left wing against Grasshopper Zurich to secure a 3-1 victory. That's the kind of match-winning performance that could translate beautifully to Premier League football. What makes this signing even more exciting is Goebels' journey. He was once one of the most highly rated young attackers in French football, linked with Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester City when he was just breaking through. The comparisons to Mbappé weren't just thrown around lightly. Scouts genuinely saw similarities in their pace, movement, and ability to cut inside from wide positions. His stats from this season are absolutely mental. 14 goals in 31 games playing mainly as a striker, but with several appearances on the left wing where he looked equally dangerous. The data shows he's comfortable in multiple positions, which is exactly what Farke loves in his attacking players. The fact that he starred against Grasshopper Zurich, one of Switzerland's biggest clubs, shows he can perform when it matters most. 2 goals from the left wing in a crucial 3-1 victory. That's the kind of big game mentality we need in the Premier League. At just £8.4 million, this could be the steal of the century. While other Premier League clubs are throwing fixtures and £60 million at unproven talents, we could be getting a future superstar for less than what some clubs spend on squad players. With Manor Solomon's future still up in the air after his incredible loan spell, 10 goals, 12 assists in 39 championship games, Goebels could be the perfect replacement or complement to our attacking options. He's different from Solomon, more of a striker who loves to cut inside and find the net, but that versatility could be exactly what we need to survive in the Premier League. The competition for his signature is fierce though. Wolves are desperate for attacking reinforcement, Southampton need firepower for their Premier League campaign, and Sheffield United are looking to bounce back. But Leeds have the advantage of being back in the top flight and offering immediate first-team opportunities. So there you have it, White's Army. 3 absolutely massive stories that could define our Premier League campaign. An experienced defender who could shore up our backline, a young star under pressure to prove himself, and a potential game changer who's been compared to one of the world's best. Smash that like button. If you're as excited as I am, drop your thoughts in the comments. Who should we prioritize this summer? And don't forget to subscribe because this transfer window is just getting started. What do you think, White's Army? Are these the signings that will keep us in the Premier League, or do we need to dream even bigger? Out.